Imagine being Bill Gates' daughter. You go to Stanford, launch an startup company with powerful investors, raise millions of dollars, and at just 23 years old, you decide it's time to commit fraud. Time to run a company reportedly valued at over $180 million. Sounds like the beginning of another Silicon Valley success story. Except there's a problem. The company here is Pia. Pia has been accused of using a controversial practice called cookie stuffing, potentially allowing it to collect commissions for purchases it didn't actually generate. And the controversy gets even worse when you look at what the founders already knew. So, what actually happened? And did Bill Gates' daughter build a fraudulent business? Let's look at the evidence. Phoebe Gates, the youngest daughter of Microsoft co founder Bill Gates, created Pia with her Stanford roommate Sophia Kiani. The idea was actually pretty clever as far as AI goes. Pia is an AI powered shopping assistant. You're shopping online and finally find a jacket for $300. Pia searches the internet and basically says, hey, before you destroy your credit score, here's the same thing somewhere else for $180. By the way, is this really a revolutionary idea? People can do this on their own. Just look at multiple stores. I find it hard to believe that people are so lazy that they don't go and look for other options or things. Whenever I buy something online, I always check see if there's another option for the same price or a better price somewhere else. The company quickly became a Silicon Valley darling. PA raised approximately $43.5 million in funding, according to Bloomberg, and attracted major investors. I mean, she's the daughter of Bill Gates. That's probably her weekly allowance anyway. Anyway, one way that Pia earned money was through affiliate commissions, and that's where the controversy begins. Affiliate marketing is simple. Imagine I recommend a pair of shoes. You click my special link and buy them. The store knows I sent you there, so I receive a commission. Perfectly normal. But Bloomberg investigated Pia's browser extension and reported something very different. According to the investigation, Pia could allegedly insert its own affiliate tracking into purchases even when Pia didn't actually help generate the sale. This practice is commonly called cookie stuffing. Sounds like a fancy way to say theft, fraud. Anyway, imagine your friend tells you, go to this restaurant, it's amazing. You go there, order dinner, and right before you pay, I jump through the window and yell, I sent him here, where's my commission? That's basically the controversy, except they actually take that commission, they don't just scream it. Even worse, peer tracking could potentially override another affiliate who actually deserved a commission. So another creator might generally convince you to buy something and Pia potentially receives the credit. When Bloomberg contacted Pia, the company said it had recently discovered a problem with its code that caused incorrect attribution. Basically, whoops, software problem. And to be fair, software bugs happen. Pia disabled the problematic behavior and subsequently testing reportedly found that the automatic referral behavior had stopped. Case closed, right? Well, not exactly, because Bloomberg later reported on internal communications that allegedly suggested Phoebe Gates and Sophia Kiani knew about relevant affiliated features months earlier. And suddenly the question began to change from did the software malfunction to what did the founders know about what the software was doing? That's much more serious question. And then there's the money. According to the report on controversy, peer revenue reportedly dropped dramatically after the dispute affiliate behavior was disabled. That's important because if you're a startup that has raised tens of millions of dollars, investors want to know whether your business is actually growing. If a meaningful amount of your revenue came from commissions generated through questionable attributions, that could create a misleading picture for the company's performance. Pia said it would reverse improperly attributed transactions and introduce additional compliance measures. Affiliate market platform Impact.com also reportedly suspended Pia from its marketplace while the situation was investigated, Suddenly, this wasn't just embarrassing, it was threatening Pia's credibility. Now, here's where some coverage gets carried away. You might see the headlines claiming Bill Gates' daughter committed fraud. That's not something we can state as fact. Phoebe Gates has not been convicted of fraud over the controversy. There's a major legal difference between violating affiliate rules, operating software that improperly attributes sales, and intentionally committing criminal fraud. What we can say is that PF faced serious allegation about how it generated affiliation commission, and the reported internal communications are particularly important because they raise questions about how much company leadership knew and when. Whether that ultimately amounts to fraud is a legal question, not something I can determine. And that's what makes this story fascinating. Phoebe Gates had almost every advantage imaginable: a Stanford education, powerful connection, millions of dollars from investors, arguably the most famous technology surname on earth. Pia was supposed to prove that she could build something out of her own. Instead, one of the biggest stories surrounding the company is now about whether it was taking credit for the sales that didn't generate it. It's it must be frustrating to realize that the only talent that you have is who your father is. I can only imagine that. Anyway, was this a simple startup mistake, or was it something much more deliberate happening behind the scenes? Because when an investor gives you $40 million, eventually someone is going to check the receipts. Ultimately, this happens all the time whenever we see rich kids try to make something their own, which, granted, everyone wants to be known for their own thing, but they always fail because they think they're bigger than where they came from.